My name is Rani Latch, and I'm representing, just in case you miss it, Sir Borge. Bye!
What is the big... I think this question is What is the biggest lesson you've learned from being a provinciana to living independently in Manila?
I learned that I had to have so much guts. I had to have so much courage because living alone here for 3 months, oh my God, it's been very wild, honestly. And at first, I had to take Grab kasi I wasn't familiar. But then, syempre, paubos na yung ating budget. So I had to take Joyride, which I'm very comfortable with living in the province kasi may habal-habal kami. But you know what? After everything that has happened in MUPH, I feel very humbled. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other way from the early call times, from the late dismissals. I'm very glad I'm here.
You said that you like to cry when I'm bored. Do you think there is a deeper cause for you wanting to cry?
I think the deeper cause is because people know me to be very jolly. And you know, jolly people, they bear things much more because we feel more. We know how to love more deeply. And I think that's the reason why I'd rather cry when nobody's watching. I'd rather cry when I'm not on pressure so that when the time comes when I have to be in front of a camera, I don't have to cry at all.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
That's a very interesting question. You know, when I was a little girl, I always watched Miss Universe on television. And I would see all these beautiful girls. I would see Miss Shamsi. And you know, I would aspire to be even just a fraction of the girls I watch on TV. And I will fail every time. I will fail physically, with beauty. And you know what? I realized that today, with all of the organizers reminding us that it's not someone who's hard to reach that Miss Universe is looking for. They're looking for a representation of every Filipina. And I believe I'm very relatable, and I am that.
Hello. Hello, good morning. My name is Ira Diccastro. I'm representing Angeles City.
Good morning, Ira.
Good morning po.
So, as a recruiter, what is the most important quality you look for in a potential employee?
I always look at their personality and whether they're able to connect with me when I'm interviewing them, because it's important that they're able to get along well with the employees as well that we already have. It's important that we keep the culture in the company just as it is, and for me that's looking at communication, whether he or she is a good employee in terms of the vibes that we have with each other. Good morning.
May 2024 was a major turning point in your life. What happened and where are you now?
Well, I was sort of at one of my lowest points. I lost my job. I also ended a 6-year-long relationship. I was very lost at that point. I didn't know what to do. But I used that to really turn a painful point or painful moment into an opportunity. I chose myself. I chose to pursue my dreams and to listen to what I want more rather than other people's expectations. And that led me to coming back here in the Philippines, pursuing Miss Universe, and just seeing how it goes from here.
Ira, why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I think that I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I'm somebody who is committed, who's dedicated, driven, and I'm also very strong and resilient in everything that I do. And I feel like that's what a Miss Universe candidate should have, as well as just wearing a crown and inspiring others. They have to stay strong in whatever they do and to further whatever advocacy purpose they have, and I think that I have that in me.
Hi everyone, I'm Louise Lian Innumerable Bobe from the City of Smiles, Bacolod City.
You've been living with a balloon heart for more than a decade. Can you please share about what that's like?
Oh, a balloon heart is, it saved my life because I have a valve and it was a narrow valve, so it is obstructing my blood flow. So having a balloon heart made me stronger and made me live my life purposely. That's why I've been raising my child. Right now, I've been raising her well and providing for my family and chasing my dreams as well. Thank you.
Good morning, Louise.
Hi, Mang Aga.
Yeah. Which Filipina beauty queen do you admire most and why?
Filipina beauty queen. Actually, it's from our city, Bacolod City. It's Miss Cecil C.C. Villasin because she is the first ever deaf-mute who won Mascara Queen. So her story is really inspiring that despite her physical limitations, she conquered the stage. Thank you.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I should be the next Miss Universe because I'm a mother who break barriers here in Miss Universe Philippines, and I want to inspire other mothers, other wives, and other women that they can still chase their dreams wherever they are in their life. Thank you.
Sawadee ka, Natsumi naka, indedaday popturkun ka. Good morning, everyone. I am Natsumi Berdaniguchi. I am a 21-year-old student taking up international studies at De La Salle University. I am a Filipino-Japanese and I am Miss Universe Philippines, Bacoor City.
Morning.
For a moment, I thought
she was a Thailander. I thought she was from Thailand.
So my first question is,
Ready na
what
siya
led
for
you
Thailand.
to your love for cars?
It led me by being inspired from Bianca Bustamante, a car racer in F1. She is the first ever Filipino racer in F1, and it led me with the purpose of giving safe spaces for women to follow their passion, especially in a male-dominated space.
Ohio gozaimasu, Natsumi.
Ohio gozaimasu.
I'm the same. My father is Japanese, pure Japanese,
Oh my gosh.
and my mother is Filipina. So I'm like half, just like you. Your father is pure or your mom?
Pure. My father is pure Japanese and my mother
So
is
you become
Filipina.
half. I see. Anyway, your father is Japanese and your mother is Filipina. What was it like growing up in your household?
I grew up in both cultures, and what I love about being Filipina is the warmth of its people and the resilience that even though we have challenges, we face it. And being Japanese, I love the discipline and the perseverance of pursuing things no matter what.
Thank you.
Natsumi, why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Because I know how it feels to be unseen and to doubt myself. And I want to prove that strength isn't about perfection. In Japan, we have a saying, Nana Korobi Yaoki, which means fall down 7 times and stand up 8. And I'm here not just for my dreams, but for the dreams of every person who ever thought that they weren't enough.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Kayla Jane Yusi-san, Bago City, representing the Filipino Society of San Francisco.
As a Filipino who was raised in San Francisco, what have you discovered about being Filipino in your Empire.PH journey?
Yes, I realized how important connections and family are really for everyone in the Philippines here and compared to San Francisco. It really feels the same moving here because how connected I feel with my sisters, having family here feels just like at home.
Hi, Kayla. Good morning. Yellow suits you very well.
Thank
by the way.
you.
You have a very beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Now, which Filipina beauty queen do you admire most?
Yes, that would be Arbany because having her represent USA, but as a Filipina and seeing her being so loved and admired here in the Philippines is something that I would love too as a Filipina who grew up in the States. So seeing that she's able to balance being an American but also a Filipina is something that I really admire and would love to be as well.
Thank you.
And Kayla, why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Yes, oh my gosh, the big question. I come from a background of human resources, which is all about making connections, and I'm very passionate about inclusivity and diversity because that's what my main focus was in the workplace. But coming here in the Philippines, that was my main focus as a candidate too, to make as many connections with my fellow sisters and with everyone I meet. So just being able to make connections, I feel, is very important as Miss Universe. But also, I'm the first person to represent Bago City. And so I feel like I could represent Miss Universe just as big.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I am Gwendalin Sorano, and I am representing Baguio City.
Just to explain to the judges, you might be wondering why she's not wearing any makeup. She actually had
An eye infection, and it's quite still there. Well, yeah, we are trying to not put makeup on it until later. So please bear with my face, bare face.
You look beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And actually, it's quite perfect for the question. Just like you, was your tagline in your intro video. From being sleepyhead to eating snacks like everyone else. Why was it important for you to bring that up?
It's important as a beauty queen, as someone who in this platform, to show people that we don't have to be physically perfect. And that's what I want to show also right now as I stand here, that we are imperfect, we have a lot of flaws, we have a lot of quirks, but that doesn't make us any less beautiful. And true beauty really radiates from within, and for as long as we love and we accept love from people, we get to show that to the universe.
Hi, Gwendalin. Good morning. Just like many Filipino children, your mom worked abroad growing up. What was it like to have the child being raised by someone other than your parent?
It's quite hard growing up. To be honest, I've become so hyper-independent. I've relied on my own, and it was hard for me to express emotionally. And it has affected me even as I grow old. But what's important for me and my lesson there is that love transcends even distance. And my parents never failed to show me their love, even if they're far away. And that's what I want the children who are also experiencing this to realize, that love knows no distance. They can feel love still, even if their parents are far away.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I represent a unique story of a Filipina. As someone who have performed growing up as a cultural performer, showcasing the culture of our nation, and as someone who have experienced working abroad and being exposed to the stories of our Filipino workers there, I embody the values of how it is to be a world-class Filipina, and that's what I want to show the universe to see.
I am Yosha Bal Mandonis, your Miss Universe Philippines Basay Samar.
Yosha, you love arts and crafts.
Yes.
What was the last thing you made, and have you used anything during your Empire.PH journey?
Oh, I have made a scrunchie, and as a matter of fact, I'm selling scrunchies. That was the first item that I sold when I was in senior high school, and up to this day, it actually helped me with my studies. I have been financing myself since I was in senior high school and been financial independent from my parents, and that is all because of the things that I've been crafting.
Oh, nice. I love scrunchies. Like, women love scrunchies, right?
Yeah.
Your childhood was spent in Samar and Batangas, being raised by family members. How did all of that contribute to the woman of who you are today?
As of the moment, I feel very diverse. I feel like I can live, I can grow in whichever places God will put me in. And I'm actually very thankful for that because I feel like I can empathize, I can relate to many people because I lived 2 different lives growing up.
Does it help you for some of the expenses you have in Empire.PH? Where can they buy your scrunchies? Where can they buy the scrunchies?
Actually, you can message me if you want. I can made it for you. I can customize the design that you want.
For yoga, Pilates, you know, you just want to.
Miss Universe Philippines.
Okay, I've been waiting for this question actually. Simply because I am Yosha Bal, and Yosha Bal is compassionate. She is authentic. She is loving, and if I were given the chance to be your Miss Universe Philippines 2025, I will dedicate my time, my heart, and my mind in contributing meaningfully for the betterment of our society, and of course, meeting the mission and vision of the Miss Universe Philippines organization. Thank you.
Hello everyone, so I'm Jana Isabel Moranan and I'm representing the province of Batangas.
In your intro video, you asked, Kaya ko ba? Now that your Empire.PH journey is almost at the end, how would you answer that question?
I would say kaya ko because I've handled the pressure and I committed, I gave my 100%, and it's always important to show up even though you're feeling a bit sad, you're feeling a bit angry at the world with what it is offering. You have to show up, and with the queens, I get empowered by them, and it makes me feel that I am ready for a crown.
Hi, Jana.
Hello,
I love the corset, the beaded corset.
Thank you
there.
so much.
You're double jointed and you love to rap, right? Can you quickly share this to all the judges? Like, the interesting things about this.
So yeah, my arm is double jointed, so it's like this, and a lot of the queens find it really funny, and I'm happy that they find it interesting. Also, something interesting about me is that I love Barbies. I super love Barbies.
Just like Voltaire.
My first handle in one of my accounts is Barbie Girl Jana. That was like really funny, and I'm still obsessed with Barbies. So.
Same. Jana, why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I embrace the realness in me. And even though I do not fit the standards that the society has given to us, having European standards, being really, really tall, and having those long legs, I know that I can represent the Philippines because I embody the spirit of having a big heart and showing that I have personality, because it's not about the intelligence, it's not about the face and the body. It's about the heart.
Hello everyone, magandang umaga po. I am Kaitan Ibard from the province of Benguet.
Michael, what is your fondest childhood memory and what did that teach you?
Sorry, what is?
What is your fondest childhood memory and what did it teach you?
The fondest memory of my childhood would definitely be when I was in grade 3, I think, or grade 4. I would always ask my classmates to ride the same jeepney as me just so we can split the bill. It's the most important memory of me because I know for a fact that I was still a child, but then I already have that madiskarte mindset that up to now I'm still trying to instill in myself and to other people that I encounter.
Micah, other than your mother or relative, which Filipina do you admire most and why?
I would say Police Brigadier General Dominguez Medina. She's the first Police Brigadier General to be awarded in the Cordillera region. She's the most interesting woman to me because she's part of the Isabangan and Igorot tribe actually. And also I'm part of the Igorot tribe, the indigenous people. And she just broke the stereotype that women and also the part of the minority is not for political or not for leadership positions.
And why?
I'm shaking right now, I'm sorry.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I should be your next Miss Universe Philippines because apart from being part of the Igorot tribe, I also want to tell to my people, to my Igorot queens, that we Igorotas can also be a slayer in the Miss Universe Philippines. That while we live in the mountains, we also have to show to them that our dreams should be as high as our mountains. But even more, my biggest reason why I joined Miss Universe Philippines is my mother. She's now 74 years old, and I think I'm still not in a point in my life where I can finally support her. And I know that Miss Universe Philippines will give me the opportunity to be able to support her in ways that I can possibly do.
Hello everyone, my name is Tyra Goldman and I am representing Bohol. Good morning to us all.
Good morning, Tyra.
Good morning.
So you grew up both in Lapu-Lapu City and Las Vegas. How does that shape you and which do you consider home?
I consider Lapu-Lapu home, but I like that I grew up in Vegas because I get to know a side of my father, who's American, and I want to know both my parents and their cultures more. So although I experience Cebu being home, and although I represent Bohol, Bohol is also my home, I like that I get to navigate the world in two different ways through two cultures.
Hi, Tyra. What's your height, by the way?
5'9".
5'9". There's a common misconception that kids who grew up in the US live a charmed life. Where have you worked in the US that people might be surprised to discover?
I've had 6 different jobs actually. I started when I was 18 working an hourly wage job. And I also lived on my own, which it allowed me to buy my own car and pay my own rent, which was very expensive because I lived in California. The misconception is that we have all the money because we're in a different country, but truly it's not that way because we also have to work really hard to get where we need to be.
I know she worked in one of my favorite burger places.
Burger place too.
Now, Tyra, why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I think that I am a blank canvas and I am never content with not knowing much. I want to know more, and my knowledge, I think that's power. And I also am not scared of change. I encourage it. I remember when you told us during press con that this is a job, right? We have to show up as our best selves. I know that I am the woman for this job.
Francesca Pacheco, Miss Universe Philippines, Bulacan.
Francesca, what has been the most fulfilling aspect of your Miss Universe Philippines journey, and what lesson have you learned?
Well, I've learned in Miss Universe Philippines that we always have to be in-game and independent. First things first, here in Miss Universe Philippines, we've learned that not all of our handlers could be here for us. That's why there's a sisterhood that we built, because we're here for each other. We have helped each other because we're supposed to be independent and to always lift every queens out there.
Our reigning Miss Universe 2024 is from Bulacan, of course, our Miss Chelsea Manalo, right? So did you get scared or did it inspire you more?
Well, a lot of Bulacanos are saying that I'm brave enough to step up as Chelsea's successor. But with this journey, I've learned that I'm not just here to represent as me, as Cheska, but I've learned that there are a lot of people, there are a lot of Bulacanos are here to have my back and to move forward in this journey. I'm very happy because right now, it's not just me. A lot of Bulacanos designers, makeup artists are helping me in this journey. So right now, even though there's pressure, we continue to build and lift the queen that's representing Bulacan.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Have you ever felt in your life that you will not fit into the standard of beauty that you always dream of? Because I myself, I also felt that way too. And I know my story is not isolated. A lot of people have been dreaming, but they feel like the world doesn't accept them because it's who they are and they cannot be in that standard. But I believe to be a Miss Universe Philippines is to always prove that you can break the toxic standard of beauty and recreate your story in the universe.
I am Jadine Le Banagan, representing the Timber City of the South, your Miss Universe of Philippines, Butuan.
In one of your previous pageants, you had an accident on the night you were announced as an official delegate. Tell us more about that experience.
Oh, that experience, actually, that was one of the barangay pageant. That night, it was announced that I was one of the official candidates. I got into an accident that made both of my jaw and chin cracked, and 9 of my upper teeth got removed because of that accident. So, but still, I chose to push through the pain, and that's why I'm here right now, standing in front of you, chasing for my dreams.
Oh, wow. You have a very beautiful smile, by the way.
Thank you.
Dr. RV, yes. What one memory will you take from your Miss Universe Philippines journey?
Oh, it would be that Boracay and Northern Summer trip. You know, we got there hindi lang para maging masaya, but we have a purpose. So I'm really happy that I'm part of this.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Oh, that question. I think and I do believe that being in a pageant, it is not just about beauty. It is more about service to the community, serving our very own city, our very own country, which is the Philippines, being a good role model to each and everyone. And if you have that aspects, I can say that you can make a difference. I can make a difference. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ali, and I'm representing Caloocan and the Filipino Society of Northern California.
So, you sing, you run robotics, and a ballet competition, and even an engineering intern at Tesla.
Yes.
Where do you find the most joy and fulfillment among all of your facets?
I would say perhaps being on the streets and singing in front of everyone. My favorite is actually when I sing Let It Go for little girls. They always get to sing with me. They ask to be on the mic with me, and of course their parents are happy, so they tip me more.
I think we can. Dr. Ralph is also a little pronounced. He wants to hear Let It Go.
Please join me. Let's sing.
Hi, Allison.
Hello.
At 16, you flew alone and went to Silicon Valley to pursue engineering. 10 years later, you flew back to Manila for the Miss Universe Philippines.
Yes.
Which is more challenging between the two?
Ooh, I would have to say coming back here just 3 months ago, I actually had to quit my job because they didn't want me to go on leave and support. So it was quite a leap of faith, leaving my engineering job, which had financial security, of course, career security as well. And it was really difficult, but I knew that I had no regrets because this is my childhood dream. And being on here on this stage has made me happier than I have ever been in my life. So I'm super happy, no regrets.
And then why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I would love to be the embodiment of what a Filipina can do. I'm an engineer and now also a beauty queen, and that makes me so happy. And I hope that young girls get to see me and see that they don't have to pick one or the other. There is no one traditional path that you have to follow, and that you can choose to forge your own path and be who you intend to be, who you can reach potentially, and that's what I'm doing right now. And I hope that the young girls watching can see that and shine in their own way as well. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Karen De Leon, representing Camarina Norte as well as the Filipino Society of Australia.
Teresa, you are half Korean, half Filipino, born and raised in Australia. How did the younger Teresa cope with the varying cultures, and how did it mold your identity?
Growing up, I actually spoke Korean in my household. So coming here doing Miss Universe Philippines was a big step because not only did I feel like I wasn't very Filipino enough, but I also felt like I had never really immersed myself in the culture. But that's the thing about this pageant. It gives an opportunity for me to really learn more about my Filipino culture, about my heritage, and to be honest, 3 days before the contract signing, I was supposed to represent Australia. However, I had the opportunity to represent Camarina Norte and learn more about my father's roots. So I'm really appreciative of that.
Hi, Carenza. Very unique name.
Thank you. It means loving and affectionate.
Oh, very nice. How have you coped after being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder?
It was a very tough journey because mental health, as you know, is quite stigmatized, especially in my culture, in Korean culture, Filipino culture. It's not very known what borderline personality disorder is. However, I learned to cope by just pushing each and every day to just get up and do the best that I can, because that's what matters most. If you show up and you do your best, then I feel like no matter what your mental health is at the time, even your physical health, it makes such a difference. And I know that I try my best to be as jolly and positive as possible.
True.
That you are.
Thank you so much.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I just want to do good in this world. I think that's plain and simple. I have such a love for the Filipino people that I'm willing to fight for them. So I know what it means to be a fighter and a lover, and I just want to make a sustainable impact that changes people's lives in such a positive way. And I know that Miss Universe Philippines can help me do that. So, yeah.
Thank you. Hello po. Good morning to everyone who is here. May I introduce myself? My name is Shahina Rabakal, and I'm representing the home of Sinarapan and the wakeboard capital of the Philippines, province of Camarines Sur.
Now, you mentioned that you are an observant person in your intro video. What have you observed in your Miss Universe Philippines journey that people will be surprised to discover?
Well, I've observed that a lot of women, although they stand up as confident, they too have their insecurities. And I believe that that is okay, because we are surrounded by a lot of empowered women, and that is something that we should celebrate rather than to be insecure about.
Hi, Shahina.
Hi, Ms. Crystal.
You have experienced very difficult times in your life, even at a younger age.
Yes.
How is Shahina doing now, and how has she been handling all the stress of life lately?
Oh my God. Well, as I've mentioned, I've been through a lot, even when I was a little kid, and up until I grew up, I supported my family, and right now I can say that I'm fine, I'm okay, and I'm still continuously striving for to become better, because it is something that I learned from my mom, that she is a strong woman, and I believe that I am who I am because of her.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I think I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I know myself, I know my capabilities, and my purpose of joining is not just for myself. I always join for a purpose, and I always know in my heart that this is not only me competing. It is for my province and hopefully for the Philippines.
Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Larseny Grace Jensen, gikan sa Isla na Maanyag, Camigan.
You said you're a seamstress. How did you get into it, and have you worn anything that you made during the pageant?
Oh yeah, I was started sewing since I was grade 12. I saw a sewing machine on Facebook Marketplace and thought, oh, I want to buy that. So I asked my father, and then he said, yeah, sure. And then I just watched videos on YouTube to learn how to sew. And yeah, I did wear something I made during the contract signing. So I was really happy I could use one of my originals.
That's nice. What was it like growing up with a twin sister? And if you were tired and sent her to one of the photo shoots, would we have noticed it, wasn't you?
Yes, you would have noticed. I believe so. What is it like without having a twin sister? I don't know how. But my twin sister is my closest friend and my harshest critic. So it really helps me. She really helps me and motivates me a lot. Yeah.
And why should you, not your sister, be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I believe I know I'm still young, I'm 20, but I believe I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I could relate and connect with the young generation, but also include the older generation as well, because I also believe I have the heart of an older woman and I want to connect everyone together para sa ating Pilipinas. Thank you.
Between being a volleyball player, a commercial model, and a beauty queen, which is the most fulfilling and which is the most difficult?
For me, the most fulfilling and difficult is both. And being a commercial model is being a volleyball player is really different. In being a volleyball player, you will use physically and while just like a commercial model. So I think that's both.
Okay, hi Jezreel.
Hello.
Yeah, you're very close to your family. What stories would you tell them about your Miss Universe Philippines journey when you get to hang out with them?
The story I will tell them about my Miss Philippines Universe journey is it was a very, very fulfilling journey, like meeting the other girls, meeting the organization, and of course representing the province of Cavite.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I want to influence all the young girls and young women to be themselves.
Hello, so I'm Gabriella Carbalio from Cebu City. Nice to meet you all.
You featured your 98-year-old Lolo in your intro video. What has been the greatest lesson you learned from him?
A fun fact is I've only ever been mad once ever in my life, and I would like to believe that comes from my Lolo. He's so slow to anger. I don't even think within the 98 years, although I've seen 26, within that time I don't think I've ever seen him angry, and I think that's why he's reached that age. If we choose to just accept people for where they are in their life and just, reach out to others out of pure love, shun the anger that we might feel in our heart, I think there's a lot more that we could do in this world, a lot more love we could spread, and of course, so we can place love above all.
Good morning, Gabriella.
Good morning.
At 14 years old, you had a life-altering experience. What happened and what have you gained from that moment?
So what's funny is I actually did not even realize the gravity of that situation until a few years ago because I realized I had no memory of that hospital admission at all. What it taught me was that I've actually been given a second chance at life, and it's something that I think I took lightly in the beginning. But now that I'm aware of that, I know that my life is not about myself anymore. There's so many people in this world that need help, and I think that if we are led by the things that break our heart every single day, then we can reach the highest places of our life. And in a world that often seems dark, where there is a lot of countries on the brink of war, it's people who look at life as their second chance who I think will serve as that beacon of light for everyone.
And Gabby, why should you be the next Miss Universe?
I'm an empath, and that means that a lot of things every single day really hurt my heart. But not because they're things that happen to me directly, but when I just watch the world through the lens of social media, I often find myself being really discouraged about life. But instead of letting that get me down, I'm trying to focus more on how I can become light myself. Because I think too many of us, even in this industry, we tend to focus a lot on what makes us look good and what makes us be more marketable, but in reality, it's not about that.
Hello, my name is Angela Cabaliero Pasco. I'm representing Davao and the Filipino Society of Hawaii.
Now, you're a filmmaker.
Yeah.
If you were making a documentary about Miss Universe Philippines 2025, what would the title be and what would you portray to the world?
I would have it be the title prestigious because I know that this pageant is awarded as the most prestigious one, and I really highly respect MUPH. It's such a beautiful thing, and even though the one that is documented on Netflix, I really admired it. I think it was really well done, really well documented, and I would do the exact same thing, but I wanted to see more of the candidates, more of every single one, because I know that they work so hard, and that's what the whole MUPH journey is about, is showcasing every single woman's story.
So why did it take 3 years for you to say yes to your mom for joining Miss Universe Philippines? And what will you tell her about it now that you're here?
Oh, it took so long because I was already a model, and honestly I was a successful one already, and I didn't really feel the need that I need to out to discover new things, or I don't know, and I didn't feel like beauty pageants or being a beauty queen was something that was within me. And honestly, I was so scared to speak in front of people. I thought it was not something for me, but of course I knew inside my heart that my mom knows what's best. Of course, that's how the quote goes, that mother knows best. And now being here at MUPH, I now see that I get to meet you guys, I get to be an inspiration to people, and it's just truly amazing.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe?
Oh, the golden question. I know that I am the next Miss Universe Philippines because I am the ultimate representation of what a Filipina is. I don't represent just the Filipino community that is inside the Philippines, but also outside of the Philippines. And I am so glad that I get to represent both. And I want to bring that to international stage, that Filipino stories can be used for a force for good, that this can allow me to be that transformational leader for the Filipino people to the rest of the universe.
Hello everyone, my name is Jazal Shanentaga Iba. I'm from Dipolog City.
Now, you are multilingual. What languages and dialects do you speak, and how many of them have you used during MUPH?
Oh, mostly I use Tagalog because we are here in Manila, so the people mostly talk in Tagalog, but I've learned languages, 7 dialects. It's Subanen, Muslim, Sama, Tausug, English, Tagalog, and Chavacano, a broken Spanish from Zamboanga City.
Oh, that's a lot.
Thank you.
MUPH always has provincial trips. What part of the tours was memorable to you?
Oh, the Northern Samar, because right after the first time we've been there, we have so much food. Binusog na kami ng Northern Samar. And of course, the people, the heartwarming people who's willing to welcome us regardless of our culture, tradition, and gender. And I believe that Northern Samar, you got my heart.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Ooh. I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I embody the true Filipina beauty. A beauty who is willing to speak up for herself and for everybody else. A beauty who's willing to take risk for her goals and dreams. And most especially a woman who's willing to speak up to those who cannot speak for themselves. And I believe that with my unique blend of culture, as one of indigenous people, Subanen, Muslim, Christian, I believe with my unique identity, I can connect to all the people, to all the tribes. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Shamara Koopa from Dumaguete City, representing the Filipino Society of Great Britain.
Now, among your many talents and hobbies, is there one that you think you could turn into a profession?
Oh, I don't know. I would love to do kickboxing tournaments. I've never done that before. However, I don't think that would be a career for me in the future. I would just love to do it for fun.
I love the British accent. As one of the youngest delegates, how has that affected the way you've related to the other delegates?
Well, actually, they've all been my older ates. I've really wanted an older sister for my whole life. And now I've actually got 69 actually, but now 66 ates. So I'm really grateful for all of them. And they do treat me like a younger sister, so.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
As an 18-year-old, I want to show the youth that if I can step out of my comfort zone and become the next Miss Universe Philippines, they can pursue their dreams. They should not be afraid to step out of their comfort zones. Thank you.
Hello, maayong adlaw sa tanan. I am Princess Nandalu Ibrahim from the Rice Granary of Zamboanga del Sur, Municipality of Gipos. Yes.
No, you are a late bloomer, but a newcomer in pageantry. Yet you are near the finish line of the biggest pageant in the country. What have you gained from it? And as you said, where to next?
Actually, it is very overwhelming. Kanina lang, I was about to cry because, you know, I've never imagined I would come this far. There's so many times the universe gave me so many reasons to give up. But, you know, I've always come to my core, which is my story and the purpose of inspiring young princesses to be their own queens.
Describe what you meant by growing up in a multicultural household.
So, I grew up in a multicultural household, and I've experienced both of my parents' religion equally. I grew up in a Muslim and a Christian household. So, growing up, it's been good. My Muslim side, which is my father's side, they've been very, very supportive with pageants. I know they're not open with it, but in our family, we don't usually follow that kind of tradition, but we're open, we're good. My family's good with it, and they're very supportive.
And why should Princess be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
As a young candidate, that's also one of my questions. But when I look in the mirror, I always found myself at my core. You know, the reason to inspire, to motivate, and to just push everything and give all of myself. Because, you know, I think Miss Universe, it's a very big name, it's a very big privilege, and I think I can do it. Yeah, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Valerie Pow West, Miss Ifugao, representing the Filipino Society of New York.
So at 22 years old, you are a published musculoskeletal researcher and a biomedical engineering graduate. What would you tell those in the scientific and medical community about beauty pageants?
I would tell anyone that's pursuing a career, especially women in STEM, pursuing a career in engineering, that that's not it for you. The opportunities in life are endless, so whatever path or opportunity comes your way, pursue it. For me, engineering gave me a path to expand my mind, but pageantry is giving me a creative journey. So pursue whatever path comes about and pursue all with pride. Thank you.
Very beautiful earrings, Valerie.
Thank you, Mom.
You're very proud of your dance background, particularly traditional Filipino dances.
Yes.
Which one is your favorite and why?
Ooh, that's an interesting question for me right now because my home organization just finished up their culture night. I was a modern tinikling choreographer for 4 years, so it was kind of an emotional moment that I wasn't able to watch, but it was nice to see how much they've grown, and it reminded me how much I love specifically modern tinikling.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Wow. I believe I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I believe I'm a truly universal candidate. Coming from New York, representing a Philcom society, and then coming here and representing an underrepresented area in Ifugao. I think I had a lot to step up to, a lot of responsibility in taking that part, but I pursued all through pride and through courage so that I could be strong in this representation and take that onto a universal stage eventually.
Hello everyone, my name is Juliana Akat, Miss Universe Philippines Iligan.
So, what was the most intrusive thought that you had during your Miss Universe Philippines journey?
Oh, I remember the day when we had our shoot for my introduction video, and I said there that my intrusive thought was, yung ginupitan ko po yung bangs ko. Paggupit ko po ng bangs ko, pagkakita ko sa salamin, iyak po talaga ako ng iyak. Kasi nga po, nagulat talaga ako. Kasi, di ba dapat yung bangs, nandito lang siya? And that time po talaga, pinagtatawanan po ako ng family ko and siblings ko. And ayun po yung intrusive thought na talagang ginawa ko na somehow, nag-regret ako, and somehow then, I get to know myself more. Kasi sabi ko, bagay din pala ako sa ganitong hairstyle, no?
You're so cute, Juliana.
Thank you po.
You moved a lot as a kid. How did you cope with it, and how has that molded you?
I grew up po with my siblings without parents, and during that time, I had to balance my studies and working in different part-time jobs and taking care of my younger siblings. And somehow I learned how to become a role model to my younger siblings, because we have to discipline ourselves. We have to work hard in order to survive. Well, it's natural for us human beings to survive on our own, but at the same time, without guidance from my parents, I learned how important it is to be responsible when it comes to the choices that we have. Thank you.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe?
Oh, I love these questions. I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I came from a poor family. I balance my studies and take care of my younger siblings. And during those times, I was adopted by my guidance counselor at high school, and she brought light into my life. I wanted to be that person too, to let other people know that hope still exists. Even though the world is so harsh, I know that deep inside us, we have the heart to forgive and to let other people know that kindness still exists.
Hello everybody, I'm Jana Perez-Lipa from Ilocos Sur, representing the Filipino Society of Washington State. They always ask me that actually.
Okay, so aside from your mother or relatives, which Filipina do you admire most and why?
Oh, honestly, I forgot her name. And my heart hurts for that, honestly, because I have so much admiration for her. She was the first Filipina supermodel, and I think she broke a lot of boundaries.
And by that.
Yes, Yes, Ina Violet, and she was the mentor for Naomi Campbell as well, and I really admired that, and I really love fashion as well, so being able to see somebody that looks like me from way back then and being able to break that barrier for us Filipinas really meant a lot to me.
Tell us something interesting about yourself that you haven't mentioned yet with the media.
With the media? Something interesting. I have a lot of stories to tell. I think I lived a lot of different lives. I grew up in so many places. I'm fortunate enough to have that. And it's always so interesting how my life quickly changes. Even now, I didn't think I was ever going to stand here, ever. And here I am. It came to me, actually. So having so many things to share to people and so many knowledge and wisdom really means a lot to me, because I feel like I'm the therapy friend. People come to me to talk.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Always the golden question. I think that was something that I always asked myself throughout this whole journey, and learning a lot from my experiences throughout this journey, I learned that it takes a lot of heart and passion to be Miss Universe Philippines, and I believe I have that quality within me, especially with all of the experiences I've had, my background in public health and mental health as well too. I've always wanted to make a difference, and I think having the platform for Miss Universe really gives me that, to be able to make a difference in the world as well.
Maayong aga. My name is Karen Nicole Piccio, representing the City of Love, Iloilo City.
So you left law school to pursue your passion for the arts. How is this going, and are you happy with your decision?
In my life, I'd like to think that in my personality, I wouldn't really want to regret a single thing. And so having to pursue art, which is a calling by our Father God, is something that I'm so proud of, even though the struggle is very hard. I mean, from the finances alone, how does art materials cost? Would anybody even buy my art? And that's what I always ask, because people would often ask, how am I supposed to put food on the table if this is all I'm doing? But by the end of the day, I just have to keep my heart strong and really fight for what I believe in.
Was your suit hand-painted by you?
Yes, I hand-painted this today. Thank
Very
you so
nice,
much.
a nice color as well. What will be your core memory from Miss Universe Philippines, and how does that fit into the dreams of the hashtag #ThatFilipinaKaren?
So in my vlogs for the past couple of years, I would always start with #DearPhilippines. And now, if I may tell everyone, my core memory here in MUPH is when we went to Northern Samar. I know it was a little makulit, but I decided to go for a scuba dive. I felt a little lonely at the time, especially that I was the only girl who volunteered to do so. But while I was underwater, when I saw all of the lively corals and the colorful fish, it fulfilled me so much. And with that, that's something that I'd like to tell everyone else. Come to Northern Samar, experience scuba diving, love #ThatFilipinaKaren.
Scuba diving is going to get away from all that things, right? Now, why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Ever since childhood, in my literal dreams at night and whenever I close my eyes, all I see are the colors of the universe. I was gifted by this, and so I know this is something that I really have to do. From flower fields to galaxies, it's what I've been painting since childhood. And now there's just this very strong pull that this is something that I really have to do, not just for myself, but also for others. And I know, given that with the MUPH platform, my art, together with my voice, can create a bigger impact. And as per my track record, I can fulfill my goals for this.
Hello everyone, my name is Angeline Cordero Kailani, representing Iloilo Province and the Filipino Society of England.
You are a self-confessed foodie who loves desserts. How would you compare Filipino desserts to the desserts in England?
I would say for me, I've always had, even from a young age, my favorite dessert has always been ubi cake. Because there is so much sentimental value that's attached to it. I remember very vividly at a young age in Iloilo, I was surrounded by my classmates and neighbors during birthday parties, and we would enjoy ubi cake together, and that's why it's so special to me.
Like many of the other delegates, you came to Manila to pursue your dream. Aside from Miss Universe Philippines crown, what other dreams would you like to pursue?
I would say, aside from Miss Universe, I think it's truly Miss Universe, which is the dream that I truly want to pursue. But with Miss Universe, I believe that there are many responsibilities that come with that, and I believe that I'm ready for that. And so that's why I would like to be the next Miss Universe, and that's my ultimate dream.
And since it's your dream, why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Nice question. I believe that I'm ready. I think that I'm ready to be your next Miss Universe. I think being a Miss Universe doesn't only come with the crown, but it comes with immense responsibility. And I think that I'm ready for that with my experience working as a nurse in the UK, as well as a teacher in South Korea. I've experienced many things, and that has brought me here. And I believe that I'm here with a purpose to do more within the Filipino community, not only nationally, but internationally too. So, thank you.
This is Jorina Kumari Sandu from Isabela.
Which Filipina or Filipina do you admire most and why?
Oh, I admire the most Miss Chelsea Manalo because in my experiences right now, I haven't had a lot of awards, but I realized that even I am not chosen every time, it doesn't mean I will not succeed tomorrow. So I stay grounded knowing that God has a greater plans for me.
Hi, Jarina.
Hello.
You have a very small face. Beautiful. You had a very special bond with your father. If he was here today, what do you think he will tell you, and what would you tell him?
Okay. I know that my father will be proud of me because he passed away even without I make him proud, sana. That's why I'm making the most out of it. And I will tell him that I'm making this, I'm trying my best to win for him and for my mother. I'm sorry.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe?
Oh, my favorite question. I should be the next Miss Universe because I am the living testimony that no matter where you came from, even though I came from nothing, I just have my faith and my effort and my purpose in joining this. And I know that if I will win, I'm ready to win not just the crown, but to bring the hearts of the Philippines to the universe. Thank you.
I am MJ Esperto Fernandez from Kalibo, Aklan.
No, MJ, you're currently a nursing student. Do you want to work overseas after completing your studies or stay in the Philippines?
Of course, I plan to work abroad because you know the pay there is high, and I really want to travel across the world. And I see nursing as a path also, and nursing is actually a good course. Thank you.
What was it like for you when all your fellow delegates visited Aklan?
Sorry?
What was it like for you when all your fellow delegates visited Aklan?
Oh, of course, I was very proud that they visited Aklan, and I have told them a story about Aklan, about our festival, about our tourist spots, and they were really happy to hear about our place. Thank you.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Oh, I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I embody the strength, resilience, and of course, the beauty of our community. And my values are grounded in love, a love that understands and a love that heals. And I walk taller now, not because of training, but because I now walk with a purpose, a vision, and a heart. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Eloy Alo, representing the province of Laguna.
Eliza, you are Filipino Indian.
Yes.
Well, why do you think many mixed-race Filipino women have been successful in winning and representing their country in this universe?
I believe that every Filipina has so much to offer, and being a Filipina Indian is something that I'm proud of because it really shaped me to be the person I am today. And I hope that it can also inspire a lot of women as well.
Hi, Eloisa. What's your favorite memory as a child growing up in Laguna?
Okay. Okay. My favorite childhood memory in Laguna is, of course, with my mother. I was raised by a single parent who did everything to provide for my needs. And even though my mother is not here with me anymore, I know that she is proud up there that I am doing our dreams together.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I want to inspire others through my story. I face so many challenges in life, and I know that a lot of people can also relate to me. And with that, I can inspire them to always be determined and believe in the beauty of their dreams because all of us are capable for what's in stores in ours. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Natasha Agosto Testa, representing the historic resort city, Lapu-Lapu City.
Now, you have been doing pageants since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Now, who encouraged you? And how has it been?
I was an only daughter, and I have 3 brothers. My first pageant was Buwan ng Wika. If you're familiar, it happened in August in every school. And since when I was 11, we moved back to Cebu. And there's a pageant in our barangay. And my mom said, "Now you should join to start this journey. And you have been doing it since you're young, so you have to do it now." And that's the story behind why I joined pageant when I was 11.
It seems that you're a very jolly person, Natasha. Now, you mentioned that you love journaling. So what would your journal entry be about Miss Universe Philippines?
Oh, it's all about the memory, especially the day-to-day lives. I'm putting like pictures, what happened to that day and the date, because I want to look it back in 5 years from now. It makes me blush looking back to my journal because I have been doing it since when I was young, and looking back to my previous journal, it really inspires me. It really makes me happy, and that's why I make a journal for Miss Universe, so that when I grow old, example when I'm 70, I'm gonna look back to that notebook and I'm gonna make a story about it to my children. So that's all about it.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I have nothing to lose. I grew up underprivileged, but I have a dream. Since I have said I joined when I was 11, and looking back to where I started, I have gained so much from my experience, from the lessons I've learned, from the hardships and the challenges that I have been through. And way back 2 weeks ago, my mama died, and it's really heartbreaking to me. But I am here standing strong, still smiling in front of you, and that makes me a Miss Universe because I can overcome any challenges and hardships life put me through. Thank you.
I'm Cristel Briosa David from Las Piñas, also representing the Filipino Society of West Coast of Canada.
So, you're a wedding planner.
Yes. Yes.
How do you deal with the bridezillas?
I actually haven't had any bridezillas. I've had a dadzilla, which is really surprising. But honestly, it's normal. It's a really stressful time of your life, but also the happiest, so understandable.
As the youngest of 7 siblings, are you the most spoiled ones?
They like to say I'm spoiled, but honestly I'm not. I'm very easygoing. I always get the leftovers, I always get the hand-me-downs, and that's totally fine. It saves my family a lot of money, so.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Yeah, I know I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I'm a great storyteller. You know, despite living in Canada, I found myself sharing stories about the Philippines, you know, the language, the food, and it entices people to come. And I think that's an essential part of being a Miss Universe Philippines, is sharing our stories all over the world. And I could do that not just by talking, but also performing with my actions as well. And I can confidently say I can take on that responsibility.
Hi, I'm Victoria Malona Johnson, and I'm representing Leyte.
So, how did a young woman from Crestview, Florida, end up on the Empire.PH stage?
Well, I truly believe it was God's work, because 2 years ago, I was never into pageantry. I never even thought of being here on a stage this big, but on my journey, I just feel like the signs from him and how things just happened out of nowhere. I feel like he prepared me from the beginning of time to bring me to the stage today.
How have you been changed by your experience the past couple of months?
I'm sorry, could you repeat?
How have you been changed by your experience the past couple of months?
I feel like I have been changed in such beautiful ways. I have been made even more powerful woman than I could ever imagine. I've met people who are so inspirational that have inspired me to become a person that is deserving of success, deserving of love that I can spread onto others.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I believe that I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I feel like my purpose here isn't just to have a crown or to have personal success. I feel like my purpose here is to glorify God and to show people who He is through me. And at the end of the day, I know that the crown is only a year-long reign, but I hope to be remembered as someone who chose to live a life that is loving, just as God loved us.
I am Pauline Robel Magracia del Mundo, representing Lini Laguna and the Filipino Society of New Jersey. How are you?
Good. Hi. So what got you to your love for Broadway and what is your dream role?
Oh, growing up, ever since I was 2, I trained to sing. And my dream role is to be Eliza on Hamilton because Hamilton was the very first Broadway show that took people of different colors and put them in roles that are usually Caucasian. And now we as immigrants get to portray those roles. And I want to be one of those people who gets to portray those roles.
When Miss Universe rules changed and allowed women of any marital status, was that made you decide to join the pageant?
Actually, I never thought I would be here. But in my divorce journey, as years went by, I realized that as a divorced 33-year-old woman, I'm capable of being here and capable of sharing my experiences with every person that I meet, and especially the youth, and leading them into a better mindset of what relationships should be and choosing your right partner.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Actually, ito po, I kept asking God because I could not for the life of me answer this question myself. But as I went on with my journey, I realized that the deeper I got into my faith, the more that I learned that with God's love and learning to love God, I can love people authentically and I can share that to people. And that's simply why I'm here. I want to be able to share that in any way I could possibly can love people.
Hi everyone, I'm Randall Ancaraig representing Los Baños, Laguna.
Now, most delegates share their perfect side during their videos, but you chose to share that you would always forget art supplies and be scolded by your mom. Why was that important to you?
It's important to me because it shows the love and affection that I got from my mom, because every single day after school, I'm gonna go to the public market because we have a vegetable store there, and then I'm gonna just play with my playmates there within the vicinity of the public market. And then after that day, when we got home, I just remember that I need school supplies. So I think that's the memorable thing with me and my mom, that she shows love and affection for me.
You're a former UAAP basketball player and a pioneer coach for Lady Gallants. Can you please share what they do and what's important to you?
You know, I played for University of the East women's basketball team for almost 5 years of my life, all throughout my college career. And then I dedicated, after my college career, I dedicated my years of experiences to the young female ballers, because I know that I can be their voices, I can be an instrument for them to actually play as well in NCAA and UAP. And I think that's a win for me and a victory in itself. Thank you.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
That's a big one, big question, but I believe for me, I deserve to win the Miss Universe Philippines crown because I really value self-discipline. I learned that on and off the court. I learned that from my mother. And that is what I can bring to the table of Miss Universe. And to be a global ambassador for change and to share to everyone that with dedication and self-discipline, everything is possible. Thank you.
I am Bella Dela Cruz, your Miss Lucena City, and also officially halfway through the candidates. Yeah, sure, of course. So hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Bella Dela Cruz, your Miss Lucena City, also representing the Filipino Society of Sydney.
You are a full-time female economist.
Yeah.
Now, pardon my ignorance, but why is it important to mention female when you state your profession?
Yeah, of course. I think it's so important to be able to mention female because being an economist, especially now, is a very male-dominated field. And I really believe that, you know, Miss Universe, as well as our other brand ambassadors, such as Pina, really celebrate female empowerment. And I think it's so important with this platform that we have to be able to represent the power, the limitless power that us Filipino women have. Thank you.
Which Filipina do you admire most and why?
Yeah, sure. Actually, the Filipina that I admire most is Albany Gabriel, and we actually met her during our Pina event at the She Hero Summit. And we were so lucky because she is my idol. She really goes to show that anything that you do is impossible. She actually told us a story that she failed 3 times doing Miss Universe, and only on the 4th time did she be able to overcome and become Miss Universe and also Miss USA. So it really goes to show also the platform that we have to inspire change. Because she also inspired change by lifting the age limit. And I really would love to also be able to do that too.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe?
Yes, the most loved question of all. So I believe I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I believe that I am ready to be able to represent Philippines on a global and international stage. I believe I represent the true essence of what it means to be a Filipina, the values that we have, as well as the skills and experiences that I've experienced. Being an economist, I would love to be able to work with the Miss Universe organization, as well as governments and other organizations, to be able to use our power and ignite transformative change and help empower other young women to show that we are limitless and we should step up and take power into the world. So those are some of the reasons why I believe I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines. Thank you so much.
Hi, I am Taylor Marie De Luna, representing Malaya Clan and the Filipino Society of Southern California.
So Taylor, you were born in Bangkok, grew up in China in the US, and is now in the Philippines. Why were you moving so much? And if you had a choice, would you rather be born and raised in the same city?
Ooh, you know, actually, so I was born in Thailand and raised in China and then moved to the States, and now I'm in the Philippines. And I would not change that for the world because with every country that I have lived in, I have gained a new perspective and gained a new skill. With China, I learned discipline. With America, I learned independence. And with the Philippines, I learned the warmth of the Filipino people and the beauty that the world has to offer.
Joining Miss Universe Philippines is a love letter to your mom. Tell us why that is.
You know, about 1 month before my mom passed away due to cancer, I got the invitation to be a delegate at Miss Universe Philippines. And when I told my mom this, you should have seen her face, the excitement that I had to promise her that I would do it no matter what. So although she's not here, I still dedicate this journey to her and make sure that no matter what, I am doing her proud.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I believe that as us Filipinos, we have gone through tremendous issues and problems in our history. But no matter what, we as Filipinos have always been able to find light in our darkness. And I believe that is what I am doing here at Miss Universe Philippines. I'm able to go through a hard time, but still provide light in my life and make something good and turn my pain into purpose. And I am not just a Filipina, but I am for Filipinas.
Hello, yes. So my name is Jasmine Rovel Pagil, and I am your Miss Universe Philippines City of Manila.
So Jasmine, you're a musically gifted person. How many instruments can you play, and what are they, and how did you learn all of that?
Ooh, well, my name is Jazz for a reason, but I actually don't play jazz music. But funnily enough, the alto saxophone is one of the instruments that I actually learned how to play. It's quite odd, but other than that, I also learned how to play the acoustic guitar, the ukulele, and playing the piano is my favorite. I all self-taught myself, so I'm pretty proud about that.
You've joined pageants before.
Yes.
What was something new that you discovered?
This time during Miss Universe Philippines, something new that is different compared to my last few pageant experiences, I would say, is the amount of growth that I've had in this short few months. Of course, with every pageant, I always try to be present and learn more about myself. But this was the biggest time where I just really, I'm living my dream. So being present in this moment is something that I will forever cherish and like a big part of, will stay with me forever.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I think that a Miss Universe Philippines is somebody who embodies the Filipino spirit and is inspirational. As Filipinos, we are known to be quite resilient at heart despite whatever life throws at us. And I know that I possess these qualities. I moved here to the Philippines 4 years ago independently. And despite all of the difficulties that I've encountered, it was my own personal self-belief that really pushed me forward till now, till this very stage. So I want to show everybody that if you just start with believing in yourself first, then maybe the universe might also be knocking at your doorstep.
I joined another pageant, and this was a dream of mine. And I thought that it wasn't for me anymore because I didn't win that pageant. And I moved on with my life, had a family, but then God made so much ways. He opened its doors to us women. And I felt that it's a sign for me to be on this platform and be a representation of mothers, that we can do this and we can fight for our dreams.
In the Philippines, yayas are often the unsung hero, but you identified her as the one who raised you. Why was that so important to you?
My parents were very busy. They're both an actor and a politician, and they really had to do that because they have to provide for us. And my yaya was there to support me in everything that I do, but my parents were still there to guide me. She really instilled actually some values in me that I have to be grounded no matter what background you have. And I think I still bring it up to this day.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe?
The organization opened its doors to all women, including us mothers. And I felt that spark inside of me, that no matter who you are, whether you're a mother, a wife, or anybody who has big dreams, that it is valid. Your dreams does not have to end when your life changes. It only evolves. And I think I am a testament of that. And I know that I am capable. I am not just an inclusivity pick. I am strong. And I do think that the universe is ready for a mother.
My name is Kay Pastelero from NAI Cavite.
As a scholar and a self-sustaining student, did that put a lot of pressure on you to do well in school?
Yes, actually, I had a sort of a problem when it comes to school because this is my last year in university and I have to do a lot of ways for me to basically graduate on time. And unfortunately, it's not really possible that I can graduate on time, but they just gave me a lot of solutions for me to just delay muna and then I can just pursue and then graduate. I can still graduate, so I'm good with that. I'm PH muna.
I know you're smart, but you claim to read 2 books at the same time. Please explain, like how is that possible?
Yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but yeah, I can read books at the same time. Not really at the same time, like literally, but I can tell like, okay, this is another story of another book and this one is another thing. So I can still manage to learn a lot from this. Let's say it's a nonfiction and this one is a fiction. So I can still find ways to, remember all of the plot and other chapters of the book.
Funny enough, I have 2 books right there. So why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I know that it takes a lot of responsibilities, duties, and expectations from other people, especially from citizens of Naik Cavite. And I can tell that I am ready to be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I know that I have the capabilities, the responsibilities, and I know that I am qualified to be the next Miss Universe Philippines.
Hi everybody, I'm Zoe Sofia Gabon, Miss Naga City, and I'm also representing the Filipino Society of Virginia.
So you are unlike most women that I met. You proposed to your husband, now husband. What made you decide to do it, and will you recommend it to your fellow MUPH sisters?
Well, honestly, I decided because I just felt like it was the right time. And if you feel like it's the one, like he's the one, then why should I wait as someone who doesn't wait at all? I'm very impatient, honestly. So I actually recommend it to my sisters. Like, don't let society define what gender standards are. Just go for it. If you want it, then who's there to stop you, right?
I recommend it.
So, aside from proposing to your husband, what other interesting things about you would you like people to know?
So actually, I'm a US Navy veteran, and I also have a full sleeve of tattoos, and those are actually intertwined because in the Navy, it's very normal to have a full sleeve of tattoos. And I want to share my favorite one, actually. My favorite is one here. It's the gumamela, my mother's favorite flower. And I want to have a piece of her wherever I go. I didn't want like a necklace or an earring because I'm very clumsy. So I didn't want to lose it anywhere. So yeah, that's two things that I would say that's very interesting about me.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I think Miss Universe Philippines has sent the most diverse queens, especially in the recent years. So why should we stop now? If we're talking about diversity, I feel like I'm the one to beat. I'm a US Navy veteran, I'm married, and I have a full sleeve of tattoos, but that's not all there is to me. And that actually will resonate with a lot of women in the universe, and that's what the Miss Universe Philippines is. She uses her voice, her story, and her intellect to inspire women that there is more to the world than what meets the eye.
Hello everyone, I am Francesca Pacheco representing Negros Occidental.
So you have a degree in human resource.
Sorry.
You have a degree in human resource, HR.
No. No, I'm sorry.
What's your degree?
I haven't graduated yet.
Oh, you're still.
Yeah.
So do you think society tends to emphasize dedication to work over striking a work-life balance?
I'm sorry.
Do you think that society tends to emphasize a dedication to work over striking a work-life balance?
I think yes, because they're more focused, to be honest, they're more focused on the money that they're earning. So I believe that they're so focused on their work to earn money and of course to use it for their expenses every day. So I think they haven't thought about their life and yeah.
What did the love about all evoke to you?
Love above all for me, has really changed because now that I'm a mom, it's more about having, the importance of my kid. Like, I'm more focusing on, I'm more focusing on how I will take care of him, what will I do for his future and everything. So love above all for me is caring for my son.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe?
I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I am not just a beauty queen, I'm a mom as well. And being a mother has made me stronger, more patient, more compassionate. And I want everyone to know that even though I'm a mom, I can still dream big, break barriers, and inspire others to rise above limitations. And of course, I want the universe to know what it means to be a Filipina mother representing her country.
Hi, I'm Chanel Olive from Nueva Ecija, representing the Filipino Society of Melbourne. Lovely to meet all of you. I'll see some of you again.
I love what you said, living beyond traditional timelines. Can you share with us what that means to you and how can it inspire others?
So for those who don't know, I'm 34 years old and I'm the oldest contestant here, and I'm also married. And honestly, it feels a bit surreal to be here today. It feels like I'm getting married again in a way. There's nerves because it's a dream that I've always had that I thought was dead. So to be back here again, to be able to compete, hopefully to empower other people out there to realize that they can as well. And anything is possible, not impossible. The impossible is possible because I'm here.
Did you discuss your plan to join Miss Universe Philippines with your husband, and how have you been coping during the Empire.PH journey?
Happy wife, happy life. So he actually didn't know me during my pageant season. So this is his first time to ever watch me compete. And I don't think he realized how big it was for me. And that's because I really thought it was dead after beating Filipinas. So when I shared with him, he was a bit shocked, right? Like, what's this? But he's super supportive because he's also Malaysian. So he's from Southeast Asia, and we have family, Malaysia, family here. So it feels like home. So he's super supportive.
Chanel, why should you be the next Miss Universe?
That's a great question. I believe it's time. I know that Miss Universe is reflecting inclusivity, and I would really love to see Miss Universe Philippines show that on the universe stage. And I know we have other contestants who may fit the bill, but I'm really proud of who I am as a 30-year-old woman who is married. And I really believe that my experiences have brought me to this moment, and I feel the most ready. So I'm actually so excited to be here, and I really want to use this platform for good.
Hello everyone, I'm Kayla Abad, representing my probinsya, Occidental Mindoro.
You said that you played alone growing up because all your siblings were boys.
Yes.
For the past months, you have had over 16 sisters. What was that like for you?
To be honest, it really is a big shift for me, growing up in such a big family where the majority are male figures. And right now, I believe I'm living the moment that I once lost. And I'm really just enjoying every inch of it, this journey of mine. I know I'm celebrating the womanhood along with the 65 other sisters with me. I'm so happy and grateful to be here.
If someone asked you what are the top tourist spots to visit in Occidental Mindoro, what would you tell?
It would be the place where where all of the people are indigenous people. We have this barangay, and all of them are indigenous people. And there's some experiential tourism in there where you can experience the way of living of indigenous people. And I'm so proud that we have there in our Occidental Mindoro. If I would suggest people to go there, it would be that place.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I believe I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I really am excited to know more what I could offer to the whole universe. I may be young by number, but I know that my heart is mature enough to inspire. And I know that this is the first step towards my journey in the world of pageantry, but I know that I'm already inspiring a lot of young women who sees themselves in me that there is no perfect time or right age to pursue your dreams. The perfect time is now, where your heart is ready and you have this maturity enough to inspire the whole universe. And I know that I'm making my province proud. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I am Rochelle Hoco, representing Oriental Mindoro.
You said you joined over, correct me if I'm wrong, 168 pageants since you were 13. What is it about pageants that keep you coming back?
Masasabi ko po na napakadaming oportunidad ang aking nakuha sa ibang bansa. Pero pageantry po ang aking unang pagmamahal. First love ko po ang pageantry. Kaya pakiramdam ko po kahit anong mangyari, kahit saan man po ako dalhin ng aking mga paa, at ng aking mga pangarap, mananatili po akong babalik at babalik sa pageantry dahil ito po ang isa sa pinakamagandang bagay na nangyari sa akin. At kahit kailan po, hindi pwedeng mawala to sa puso ko. Pageantry is my first love.
You were an OFW at 21. Tell us more about that experience and how it shaped you today.
Nung una po, bago ako umalis ng ibang bansa, ng Pilipinas, sabi ko sa sarili ko, kailangan kong magtrabaho, kailangan kong kumita ng malaking pera. Pero nung nakarating po ako sa ibang bansa, mas sinuntok po ako ng katotohanan na ang pagiging OFW po, hindi pala talaga ganun kabilis, hindi ganun kadali. Ang pagiging OFW ang isa sa dahilan kung bakit ang tapang ko ngayon, kung bakit ang lakas-lakas ko bilang isang kandidata at bilang isang Filipina. Siya ang dahilan, ang pagiging OFW ko ang dahilan kung bakit pakiramdam ko ang lakas kong humarap sa media, sa inyong lahat na pinapangarap ko lang noon. At ngayon na nandito na ako, wala akong sasayangin na panahon.
Bakit ikaw ang dapat susunod ng Miss Universe Philippines?
Para sa akin po, ang Miss Universe po ang isa sa mga dapat na yung tao na alam kung paano dalhin ang kanyang sarili, hindi lamang po sa entablado, pati na rin sa likod ng entablado. Ako yung babae na sumisimbolo sa babaeng matapang at matapang at malakas para sa corona. Umuwi po ako dito, hindi ko alam kung anong patutunguhan ko, pero nanatili akong nakatayo. Masasabi ko po na isa ako sa most bosh na candidates. Pero nananatili po akong positibo dahil alam ko kung anong purpose ko, anong rason ko kung bakit nandito ako. Thank you.
Hello po, my name is Irish Rain Sescon and I am from Ozamis City.
You are a dog lover and have done so much rescue work. Tell us more about that.
I actually started, it was called Positive Change, so it started with having a dog first, and then I fell in love. And then I find it so sad because there's discrimination among breeds, especially Puspins and Aspins. That's why I started rescuing po.
Your father is a policeman.
Yes.
And your mom is a lawyer. When you look back at your family life, what have you learned from having such strong parents?
To be honest, my mom was actually working as a sales lady before she became a lawyer. But my dad was really supporting us financially. So when they separated, I actually learned how important forgiveness is. Because of that, my mom was able to thrive through that difficult situation and she became a successful lawyer. So, yeah.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe?
Oh. To be honest, I've been asking the same question for the past 2 months, and I would be lying if I say I am confident with the answer that I have a few months ago. But I've been self-reflecting a few weeks ago, and then I realized when I was watching the previous Miss Universe Philippines winners and the Miss Universe winners, that the crown is really not just for the most confident or for the one that the most famous on social media, but it's actually for the one who is willing to show up. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Ranshua Marie Manalastas Mayangitan, proudly born and raised in the province of Pampanga.
So when you're not busy being a doctor, what do you do for fun?
Well, when I'm out of duty, I cherish time with my family and friends. I really value relationships because I believe that is the most important thing that we should invest as long as we are alive, because we are called to love and we are called to serve the people around us.
You're already a practicing licensed medical doctor. Why did you go back to pageantry?
Well, actually, I joined pageantry because for me, I have an unfulfilled chapter to fulfill. So pageantry has been a greatest part of my life, and now that I am a doctor, I know I have a greater purpose. I will get to serve a lot of people, and that would really be very fulfilling for me.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe?
I am the right woman to become the next Miss Universe because I embody the values of hard work, resilience, and I have a deep commitment to service. My arduous journey of becoming a doctor has molded me into someone that I am today, and I believe I was born for such time as this to merge my passion for medicine with the mission of the Miss Universe. And I really hope that I could be able to really serve not just the strength, but the heart and the soul of the Filipino people to the universe.
Hello everyone, I am Andrea Rabanzo-Cayabyab representing Pangasinan.
So from being an engineer, how did you suddenly dream of becoming a beauty queen?
Well, I started dreaming first to become a civil engineer before I dreamed to become a beauty queen. But then I realized that in civil engineering, I represent a growing presence of women in a field traditionally dominated by men, showing that we can too excel in professions while embracing our femininity and individuality.
It's very interesting that your favorite childhood memory was after Campus Cosme, the roof of your house. That was why?
Yeah, yes po. Yes.
Why?
Well, growing up, I see it as a fun memory when I was a kid, but then now realizing it is one of the devastating moments in my life. But then that is the moment where I started dreaming for my family. I want a safer home for all of us. That's why I chose civil engineering as a course, and that is also where I find my passion. And aside from that, I also want to be the backbone of the house.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
More than the responsibility, I want to be a symbol of hope for all the dreamers, especially for those who came from humble beginnings like I did. I've faced so many challenges, I've felt vulnerable too, but I chose to believe that it is possible. As Miss Universe Philippines, I want to stand with them, to walk with them, and to prove that anything is possible as long as you believe in it and do it scared.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jenny Magasid, representing Parañaque City.
Hi, Jenny.
Hello po.
Can you share your story a bit about your birth, where you were born, and about your name?
Okay. So I was born po in South Korea because both of my parents are OFW. That's why my name is Jenny Kim. And some people think it's from Blackpink, but we're just the same age as Jenny Kim of Blackpink.
But you're not Korean.
But I'm not Korean, yeah.
Aside from that fun story, how would you like your fellow Miss Universe Philippines sisters to remember you?
I want them to remember me as a humble person because I always keep in my mind that to always stick to my core values in life, to be not intimidated, and to just be confident and be myself.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
So I think I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I believe I have the capabilities in representing our country in an international stage. And aside from that, I also believe that I am a true epitome of a beauty queen that has a golden heart that can be able to touch others' lives.
Hi everyone, I am Amanda Salvador Russo, your Miss Universe Philippines Pasay, representing the Filipino Society of Pennsylvania.
So, Amanda, you're currently studying finance at Penn State University. What do you hope to do after completing your bachelor's?
What I hope to do in my ultimate long-term goal with my bachelor's degree in finance is to actually create my own foundation. It has been a long-term goal for me to do that ultimately, whether or not I have a finance career path. It's really important for me personally to give back to people, and I feel that by utilizing my skills in finance, I will be able to create my own foundation, inspire the youth, and inspire all other women around me to show them we can be businesswomen and we can still help those around us.
I was surprised to learn that you are baking your way through college. What's that all about?
So initially it started as a hobby. My mom loves to bake, and that started as a bonding thing for my mom and I. But eventually, as I grew throughout my finance degree, I realized we could really make something out of this. So we actually formulated our very own ube brownie instant mix, like powder mix. And we're really proud of that, and we've been selling it, advertising it, and really trying to build ground with that small business in the States. No, but I can ship some.
So why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I believe that I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I've always had a mission. This is about my 6th pageant, and I feel that this mission has driven me to be here today. I know that the Lord has a path for me, as does for every other girl out there. But all of my trials and tribulations, my doubts and my failures have led me here, and I'm willing to showcase my true authentic self on that Miss Universe Philippines stage.
Hello everyone, I am Isabel from Pasig City.
You said that dreams weren't made to be wished for, but pursued. After Empire.PH, what will be your next big dream that you will pursue?
As a girl who loves traveling, I would love to pursue my dreams to be a flight attendant, and that's what I really want to do in life.
After everything that you've been through, what would you tell young Lexi that she would probably be surprised to learn about?
She would probably be surprised that I am here because it is one of my fears to speak in front of a lot of people, just like this. But she would be proud na na-conquer niya yung fears niya, and that's what I've learned in life.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I want to inspire my generation, my fellow teenagers, to go chase after their dreams as soon as they can, to not be afraid to put themselves out here, to reach for the highest stars in the universe, just like what I'm doing right now. And yeah.
Hello, everyone. Ako po si Zoe Hinay Haniman representing Quezon City.
So Zoe, you are one of the many Filipino delegates. Yes. But I think you have the most unique way of telling people you're Filipino without saying you're Filipino.
Oh my God.
Can you please share that?
No. Okay, so for my introduction video, my team actually wanted me to explain kasi we really want to show that I am Filipino talaga sa puso. So my upbringing, my mother really instilled in me the values of being Filipina. So even the way I went through life growing up in Australia is very, I guess, really immersed in my Filipino culture. So when I walked around with my family, we'd call each other and we'd go, shh, like that. So whenever we got lost, parang we could make sure that we could find each other. So even now, I do it with my family.
How you share that you have two distinct dining tables at your home. What were those and what did they mean to you?
Okay, so at home, my mother she put forward two tables. So we had the breakfast table at home, and then we had a special dining table that was only used for special occasions. So we had to make sure that if it wasn't a special occasion, it was bawal to enter the room. And then, but it made it really extra special because when we could go in there, it meant that we were all together, the family was buo, we were all there having an amazing time with each other, and it was normally Christmas or birthdays, and she would set up the beautiful silverware, so it was always amazing.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Well, I carry with me the strength of multicultural background. It has been a cause of bashing for me, but I really have a heart that's for the Philippines, and I've always chosen the Philippines. But I really see the strength in having an external perspective. I believe that that is really useful and powerful too for an international or universal responsibility. And I hope to inspire others and be a voice to show that I believe that we're not only made for ordinary lives. I hope to show that we can be extraordinarily great.
I'm Maria Atisa Manalo, Miss Universe Philippines, Quezon Province.
So Atisa, it seems like you were an entrepreneur since you were a kid. What is the story about the makobote that meet your house?
Ever since I was young, I feel like I had the entrepreneurial spirit already. Favorite ko every time before kapag may magiinom sa bahay because ibig sabihin, may mga bote sila na maiiwan, emperador, mga plastic, mga bakal, kung ano-ano. I would spend a lot of time trying to find those. And then every Sunday, papasok yung magbubote, dadaan siya sa bahay namin. And then I would sell it and I would keep it. And that's where I started my savings. And I feel like unknowingly, that's where I started being business-minded. So yeah, I love that story. Thank you. Ay, hindi ako yung nag-inom.
I've met
so many Filipinas that have never met their biological father. How has that affected you and how do you feel about it now?
You know, I still haven't met my biological father. We speak occasionally, but we don't have a relationship. He's Finnish, and I think it affected me growing up not knowing my self-worth, or it always has affected my self-worth. I feel like I wasn't enough, or I was the reason that he left or he didn't come back. And, you know, up until now, there are still moments where I feel like it affects me. But now that I'm an adult and I've worked on how I feel, like it's much better now. I've sorted it out.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
You know, I started my pageant journey at 10 years old to put myself through school, to help my family. And I feel like if I become Miss Universe, it will be a great culmination of my 17-year pageant journey. And I feel like it would give a lot of people, it would be a good representation of going for your dreams. It doesn't matter what other people say, na paulit-ulit ka na. And it will show everyone that as long as you work hard for your dreams, you persevere, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter if you're poor, you can become Miss Universe.
Good morning, I'm Bianca Olay Ilanan from the province of Quirino.
So you're a homebody who loves scrapbooking.
Yes, I do.
If you were to do a Miss Universe Philippines journey scrapbook, what would it look like?
Oh, it would be filled with a lot of our Wendy's, like paper bags. It would be like the peanuts, all our brands, because they're so loving. They've been so generous with us. It's gonna be full of that, but also lots of photos with the girls, because out of all this experience, I took home sisterhood with them and a lot of growth with myself. So you can see that from day one till the end. Yeah.
How have your introvert predispositions changed after being in Miss Universe Philippines?
I had to change a lot of it because especially on the first go with the press con, I had to present myself. Because I'm not only carrying my name, but also Quirino. I want them to be proud of how I present them, but also with what I bring. So I'm trying to just put my 100% best, heart on my sleeve, and just try to be the best version of myself.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
As I mentioned, coming from Quirino, having lived in the metro, but also having studied abroad, I feel like pakikipagkapwa has always been part of my value, my true Filipino value. And as a medical scientist, love above all, choosing love above all has been integral, especially with trying to save lives. So I think these values are what we need on stage internationally as well. So I think I am that best candidate trying to be showing you the excellence of Filipinos, but also our heart of compassion.
Hello everyone, my name is Mariah Nicole Galasano Valdez, representing the province of Romblon.
So can you share what is something so beautiful about living in Romblon?
Actually, I wasn't born in the province of Romblon, but I was raised there. And living there is very peaceful. Our island is underrated, but I am very proud and I wanted to share all over the Philippines, especially in the universe, how peaceful and beautiful our province is.
Being the breadwinner in your family, was it difficult choice to join Miss Universe Philippines?
Actually, yes po. I put my dreams on hold before I didn't graduate college because I focused on my brothers and sisters. And I'm very proud to say that they finished their college, they moved up in their senior high school. And my youngest sister finished also her elementary school because of the sacrifices I made. But right now, I am here for my dreams and I'm very happy.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I represent the true strength of Filipina. A Filipina that never gave up on her dreams. A Filipina that represent the true Filipina power. I step into this journey without wealth, just the courage and determination. And I want to share that to a lot of people, especially the young Filipino women, that the true power doesn't come from what you have, but from who you are. Thank you.
Mopeng adlaw hayong atanan. I'm Catherine K. Dakanay, Miss Universe Philippines, Summer Island.
So at 7 years old, you wrote a note saying you will conquer the universe. Now that you are here, what would you tell that little girl with a dream of becoming this universe?
I tell her, Kat, we're almost there. You know, my faith got me this far, and actually right now, I can't believe that I'm standing here. But the fact that today I can make this dream a reality makes me so grateful. And right now I'm just nervous, but also very happy.
What did the love above all visit to Tondo mean to you?
Love above all in Tondo opened my eyes. Growing up in the province, I know that life is hard, but I never thought that it was this harsh. And that time, I realized that the purpose of Miss Universe was really to touch people's hearts. And if I were given the chance to work with them more and to use this platform more, I would.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I'm a hopeful dreamer. I was 7 when I promised myself that someday I'd conquer the universe. And for the longest time, I never knew why I had so much trust and faith in this dream, but now I think I do. If I were to become Miss Universe, I would inspire people, especially the children, that it's okay to dream big, to be as ambitious. I would give them hope that dreams do come true, no matter who they are and no matter where they come from. Thank you.
Hello, Universe. This is Thelma Suzanne Hermosa Dayo, your first ever Miss Universe Philippines San Fernando, Cebu.
So at 18 years old, you mentioned that you are a fashion entrepreneur. Can you tell us more about that?
So that came when I really became passionate about my cause. Like, it was hard really pushing through my advocacy or my cause for the children. And what I did is that my love for fashion became my source of income to help the children as well. So what I did is I sold my clothes that I had that I didn't need anymore, and I gave all the proceeds to the children of Hope Mountain Center in San Fernando, Cebu.
I love your outfit.
Thank you so much, Miss Crystal.
Your pageant journey hasn't always been winning or easy. How did you cope?
So to be honest, there's a lot of difficulties that came with it. There's a lot of turbulences, but what I'm most proud of is I got here, it's already far, and every pageant that I've joined, the three of the pageants, including this one, made me a better person. And after this, I know that I'm a better Thelma, the best Thelma ever, and this has been the best 3 months of my life. So whatever happens, with crown or without, I'm ready to take on whatever challenges the universe gives me.
And why should Thelma become the next Miss Universe Philippines?
So again, all the difficulties I went through within the 3 months of Miss Universe Philippines created this Thelma right here. I made it here alongside all the girls, which makes us already deserving for the crown. So I'm really excited, and I'm really excited to give it my best shot in the coming few days. So Thelma should be the next Miss Universe because with all her shortcomings or the challenges she faces, she still pushed through it, and she still is very confident that she is very deserving with the crown, whatever everyone else says. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Victoria Chunquino, representing San Jose, Batangas and the Filipino Society of Eastern Canada.
So what's more challenging? Almost getting your black belt in karate or going through Miss Universe Philippines?
Oh my goodness, that is a difficult question. They definitely have their challenges, but I can confidently say that this has been the most challenging experience of my life. I moved to Canada here for 3 months alone with no support from my family, but I really believe that I was able to grow through this. I actually am someone that cries a lot, and I can confidently say that these past few days I have been able to keep it together, and I know that I have made my family proud and my country proud, and I will come out of this experience stronger.
You're one of the lucky ones who has a very supportive family, as they say. What's your family like and how have they supported you in this university?
Wow, so my family has definitely shaped me into the woman I am today. My parents have showed me the true meaning of love and giving back. My grandparents showed me sacrifice, and my brother showed me how to be vulnerable. And really, I always say that I love my parents, my family, but most importantly, I like them. I genuinely like the people they are, and I am the reason I am today because of them.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe?
Well, honestly, initially, I thought it was because I represent a new generation of Filipinos who are not defined by borders. But truly, it is my authenticity. There will always be someone who is prettier, smarter, richer, but there is only one me in the universe. And I'm not afraid to say that I am perfectly imperfect. But with my determined mind and my kind heart, I will inspire Filipinos to also see that the power of the universe is in with all of us.
Hi everyone, I am Melian Joy Montenegro Cabigas from the beautiful island of Siargao.
So, as a national athlete in martial arts,
Yes.
did this prepare you for the competition as a beauty queen?
Yes, I have been an athlete for the past 10 years or 14 years, I guess, since I am an athlete since elementary. And this really helped me shape to become the person that I am today because joining in this competition, Miss Universe Philippines, I am being trained to be disciplined enough, especially on the time and being physically fit.
During Miss Universe Philippines shoots and activities, did you also bring your pandesal?
Yeah, I did. Hinahanap ko palagi po. Like, I just want to be honest. Kasi I don't go to school talaga po without that peanut, papaya, and pandesal kasi it really fuels me. Yun yung pagpapastart ng day ko po. Yeah.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I have this burning passion within me. I believe that all the girls are working hard and we are really eyeing for that crown. But as an athlete also, I have this goal within me. I know my core and I am willing to take the responsibilities and the challenges with Miss Universe Philippines crown.
Hello everyone, magandang tanghali po. I am Eliana Marie Aduana, Miss Universe Philippines in Iloan, Laguna. And one thing I would describe myself, I'm an absolute workaholic. And sometimes actually my friends tell me that I'm always missing in action. But I think I have a deep-seated reason why. It's because I am self-sustaining and also a breadwinner in the family. And also, you know, the life maxim I always tell them is the fun can wait. And it's called delayed gratification. Delayed gratification.
So, you're not a stranger to pageantry. During this Miss Universe Philippines journey, how did you cope with the sometimes toxic social media?
Oh yeah, actually, you know, if I may just share very quickly, before I joined MUPH, I thought I already had a very stable mental health, but then I experienced a lot of, you know, harsh criticisms, you know, groundless criticisms, but the way that I grounded myself is to just remain steadfast and always staying true to my core values and to my strengths and always thinking that if I'm not stepping on anyone's toes, then I'll be unstoppable. So that's how I, you know, remain being on the ground and really enjoying every bit of it.
What is one surprising thing you learned about yourself in the past few months?
Oh, in the past few months, I was able to learn how to let go of the things I cannot control. Because if you had known me before, I was an absolute perfectionist. But then I joined MUPH, and then I was able to discover more and to reconnect more with myself and really just letting go and drift away from the idea of perfection because nothing is perfect. But every day I am learning new things, I am experiencing new things, and I'm developing more of myself.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Well, I think I deserve to become the next Miss Universe Philippines because I share the same commitment with the Miss Universe Philippines organization in bringing back home the Miss Universe crown and also bringing pride to the Philippines. And this is also something that I really dearly want. And when I want something, I actually really do everything in my power to be able to do it.
I am Chelsea Fernandez, representing the coffee capital of the Philippines, probinsya ng Sultan Kudarat.
Chelsea, aside from becoming Miss Universe Philippines, what are your other big dreams that you plan to pursue?
Definitely for my family. You know, as an ate of the family, I became the foundation for them. My mother passed away in 2016, and I became their mother. I have guided them and nurtured them. So my dream is actually to be that provider for them, and I hope that I will achieve that.
Hi, Chelsea. If you were a delegate when MUPH visited Sultan Kudarat last year, what is the one place you have taken us?
Oh, one place. Well, for sure that you have experienced the generosity and the kindness and warmth of my fellow Sultan Kudarateños. And if I were to take you to my probinsya, that would be in La Palmera, you would definitely experience the emerald mountain ridges that we have. And for sure, you will forget all the troubles of life. Promise, I promise.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
Wow. Well, I've been joining pageants for over a decade now, and I am ready to take in this new role. You know, I've been chasing crown before, but now I am ready to embrace this new role. And if the Miss Universe Philippines organization seeks for someone who is easy to work with, who knows to value time, and of course, someone who has that extensive experiences, maybe it in pageantry or in life, then you are looking at another Chelsea for Miss Universe.
Maupay nga adlaw, everyone. I am Angela Hermosa Cabela, representing the City of Hope, Tacloban City.
Now, you are one of the inspiring moms in this year's Miss Universe Philippines. When your son grows up, what would you tell him about this experience?
Well, I would tell him that he should not be giving up on our dreams. Just like I did not give up on my dream, which was to be part of the Miss Universe Philippines. I pursued it, I worked hard for it to be part of the Miss Universe Philippines. And I wanted that my son would be someone who also pursued for his dreams.
You say you cry easily. Have you had any drama, joyful moments in Miss Universe Philippines?
Yes, actually, coming here in Manila, I was alone. I had nobody with me. And I cried because my son isn't with me, my family isn't with me. And it's really hard to really let go of something or the roles that define you. I had to let go of my career as a teacher, I had to let go of my time with my family. But I know that I was not just doing it for myself. I'm doing it for everyone whose dreams are put on hold because of their responsibilities.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe?
I believe I carry or I embody the spirit of a true Filipina, someone who's nurturing, who is more resilient and has a heart. With me, I carry the stories and strengths of every woman whose dreams are put on hold because of responsibilities. I want everyone to know that motherhood isn't a limitation, it's actually a strength, and that dreams does not stop when responsibilities begin. And I believe that the crown should not just be worn on the head, it should live in the heart. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Orange, you glad to see me?
How meaningful was your Project Pearls visit for the love above all advocacy?
It is very special for me. It is my first time going to Tondo. And of course, with Project Pearls, we were able to help the community in Tondo. And a fun fact, we were able to go back with my beauty brand. We were able to make candles with the nanays of Tondo. And this is very special for me because we were able to help the nanays of Tondo, especially by bridging it with my beauty brand. And I know with this one, we were not just helping them, but their families as well.
You look lovely, Orange.
Thank you, Miss Jana.
Which Filipina beauty queen do you admire most and why?
I admire Beatriz Luigi Gomez. If you guys don't know, I'm also an Air Force reservist. I just graduated last 2023. And this is something that's very special to me because I also have a grandfather in the military service. And I know how disciplined he let my father grew up in. So I'm I really wanted to join the military reserve force. And I was able to graduate from it. And I know right now I'm able to give back and be of service with my country.
Why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I am a relentless beauty queen. I am someone who never gives up on her dreams. I am taking risk once again to be in this competition. I added layers to my life. I was able to start up a business powered by a community. I graduated as a reservist and also continuously working as a model and a spokesperson. And I am everything. I'm a lot of things all at once. And that is the definition of a woman. You can be anyone that you want to be. And that is why I should conquer the universe this time.
Hi, mabuhay. Good morning, everyone. I am Daniel Bunyal Catalan, and I'm proudly representing Tandag City, the province of Surigao del Sur.
So in 2019, you were diagnosed with PCOS. What is it and how did you deal with it?
The polycystic ovarian syndrome is a syndrome that affects teenagers 21 and above, and I got to experience that and affected my mental health very badly, but I tried to focus so much more on my health, and I really tried to better myself, whether that's on physical exercise or taking care of myself on the inside, and I'm glad that I was able to get a really good support system, and I was then able to be confident on myself, both on the inside and the outside.
You're easily one of the most eloquent speakers. Were you always like this, and how did you get so good?
I'll take that as a very huge compliment. Honestly, growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends, so I turned to books as my friend. I tried to read more. I tried to do public speaking even more because that was where I felt much more confident in, and I tried to focus on the skills that I was good at. I tried to bank on that and not focus on what I was lacking. So I'm very glad that people got to see my heart, people got to see my purpose, and I'm really just thankful to be here, and people got to see my communication skills.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because of my courage and my perseverance. After losing my mom 2 years ago, I also lost my sense of direction, but I continued to power through. Despite the challenges of being in this competition, I continued to show up every single day, and that is a testament of my resilience and my strength. My story is a testament, a reminder to everyone to keep pushing and for reaching for your dreams, because with passion and dedication, anything is possible, and the universe is theirs for the taking.
I am Sasha Julie Bell Lacuna, representing Tarlac Province.
So, what is the best thing about being a farm girl and a techie at the same time?
So with being a farm girl growing up, I've learned simple things. I've lived a simple life, and I find the simplicity in everything around me and in my life. But although I lived in a farm, quite isolated from technology, I still have that peak interest in finding the importance of being connected to everyone, regardless of my experiences. Hello po.
You were born with a skin condition that causes hyperpigmentation of the skin. How did you cope with this, and does it still affect you today?
Growing up, I was actually bullied for my skin condition. But regardless of that experience, my parents raised me in a way to not treat it as an insecurity, but as something for it to be a unique trait about me. So standing here as a representative in Miss Universe Philippines, I could have those lessons and give them out to the rest of the universe for those young girls and boys who have the same skin conditions as I do.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines?
So I should be your next Miss Universe Philippines because of the art. I have the art of gratitude and humility. I am thankful for everything that I've experienced in my journey for Miss Universe Philippines. And I know I will take my lessons and these experiences with me for the rest of my life. And no matter where I go and no matter what I accomplish in life, I know I will have my core values with me. And I will always remember these core values because that is where I came from. I was a farm girl, I lived a simple life, and now I'm standing here as a representative. And lastly,
hello everyone, my name is Thea Samantha de Guzman Lacanlalay, representing the city of Tuguegarao.
So, what inspired you to take up veterinary medicine?
I'm sorry?
What inspired you to take up veterinary medicine?
Actually, I'm the first daughter of my family, and I think I wanted to become a role model, not only to my siblings, but also to my family because most of them are into nursing, and I want to be different, but still in part of the medical field.
You are thalassophobia. Tell everyone what that is, how or why do you think we ended up being
So thalassophobic is being in fear of ocean in particular. I'm not a swimmer yet, but I want to learn. I want to become a good swimmer because I think it's a essential part, of course. A fun fact about me is meron po akong bukol here. Yeah, I got an accident when I was a kid. Someone actually pulled me into the water because makulit daw po kasi ako noon. So hanggang ngayon dala-dala ko pa rin po siya. And I think this is one of the biggest lesson that I have. Like, okay lang maging makulit, but also you have to be very careful.
And why should you be the next Miss Universe?
Yeah, I think we should be open to having a new face to represent the Philippines. I know that I am part of a very massive. I am now part of a very massive girls who have very good credentials. But of course, I think I have what it takes to represent the Philippines.